Bounce 13 minutes after 8 o'clock, and one of the finest chefs in Charlotte, well, actually, the Southeast for that matter, Chef Scott Wallen here with us from well, it's true, though. I mean, Scott recognizes one of the best because he can do anything with food. And you've done something here this morning. This is just incredible looking. I hate to even move anything because it looks so good.
Well,
Scott.
we're going to have to move it. We got to get it in a bowl.
Yeah.
So,
well, tell us what we're doing here.
We brought some fun stuff for you today. We're going to do a lobster tagine. Tagine, typically Moroccan, done with lamb and couscous. But we're doing that a little different with some Pan-Asian flair. I brought some lobster that's just been quickly blanched in a little citrus water and some white wine. We're going to do a little red quinoa. We have some parsnip, some dried apricot, and some cashews.
Wow. Now, we're going to have this recipe. We're going to have this on WBTV.com, our website. But also, you'll be able to go to Upstream. I've got a feeling
you can go to
and be able to
Upstream, and
sample
you can
some
get
of
it
this.
on the new menu right now.
Oh, wow.
So we just changed our menu over, and we're in the midst of changing over our bar menu and going to some nice tapas-style share plates in the bar, which should be a lot of fun.
Oh,
so
wow.
Korean short ribs and some tempura and robata grill stuff. We're going to start a little bit of blended oil. We're going to get our lobster meat right in there just to get it warmed up.
And while you're warming, I want to ask something, Scott, because a lot of people, including myself, sometimes afraid to put seafood in a skillet because, I mean, you've got to be careful. You don't want to overcook it, but you don't want to undercook it, right? So what are you looking for?
You got to be careful. Anytime you're working with crustacean, you're working with shrimp or lobster especially, they seize up over high heat. So you want to make sure your cooktop is on low heat. You start that off slow. You want to hear a little bit of sizzle, but you don't want that to be too hot. That seafood will start to tighten up. You want that to be nice and tender.
Yeah.
So most of your fish are going to cook at about a medium doneness. So it's slightly opaque just through the center. And you'll see that as you see down the center of the lobster should just be slightly opaque. I'm going to add in my parsnip. I'm going to add in some dried apricots. We have some cashews. The apricots are going to add just a little bit of sweetness to the dish. We're going to add in the cashews. That's going to give us some texture. We have a little bit of fresh lime juice. We're going to squeeze right in there. And then we have a Thai yellow curry.
Okay, we got about a minute to go.
That we're going to add right in here. And that's just going to heat through. Then we're going to take and go right to our bowl. We have some red quinoa.
What is quinoa?
Very, very healthy. It's a grain. It adds a lot of texture, a lot of flavor, real deep and kind of
like
earthy.
a couscous?
Sort of like a couscous.
Quinoa.
And then we're going to go right to the bowl here. We have our beautiful lobster tail, which we're going to start with. We're going to go in with our nice big Maine lobster claws.
Presentation
and
is
then we're
everything,
right
too,
over
by the way.
top here
Now,
with our curry.
The quinoa, that's been cooked already,
The quinoa has been cooked and cooled, and we bring that sauce to a boil. And we pour that over the quinoa just to heat through that quinoa.
Oh, wow.
Right? Very simple.
Wow.
Cashews, dried apricot, some parsnip, and Maine lobster.
So it gives you a lot of different flavor in there, doesn't it?
It does. The curry's really going to have a bold, fresh, forward flavor. It's going to finish with some lime, and then we're going to get some sweet notes from the dried apricots.
Oh, my gosh. All right, Scott Wallen, thank you so much. And we've got sushi here. We have some salmon as well, and you can find all this at Upstream, which is, you know, one of Charlotte's best. Scott, we appreciate you coming in this morning.
We appreciate you having us. Thank you.
Head over to Upstream when you get a chance and speak to Scott. Tell him how delicious the food is. Well, everything will be. You'll be getting so many people back in the kitchen there. They better not do that.
That's all right. It's an open kitchen. They're welcome to come back and say hi.
All right, Scott, thank you so much. And we'll be back right after this, 16 minutes after 8 o'clock.